Okay, maybe we'll give everybody another minute and then get started.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
If a student wants one of my life skills kids, the teacher reached out to me actually this morning, asking to come visit in January for like a food prep assistant program. Could I set that up with one of you for January or February for him to kind of get a feel for it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Who would I reach out to, Jerry?
Me.
Okay, perfect. All right. I'll set it up. Thank you.
It's very full classroom there though, so like I couldn't take a whole group.
Yeah, no. It'd be one kid.
Okay.
All right, so I think we'll get started. If everybody's ready. Jen, are you ready? You're muted, Jen. I can't hear you.
Did you receive a message that recording was in progress?
I did not. Oh, everybody else did. Okay, cool.
You did? Okay. This should be recording then. It looks like the controls are there. So if everyone received that message, then we should be good.
Okay, great. Well, thank you everybody for being here. My name is Ashley Sullivan. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a school counselor here at the Tech Center. So again, thank you for taking the time out of your morning to be here with us. So ready for the next slide, Jen? Okay, so first I'm going to introduce our Tech Center administration. They're just going to give a wave. So Kathy Balistreri is our director. Steve Lowry is our executive principal, and James Bellucci is our career academy principal. And then our school counselors, we have Maggie Francisco, Jerry Batista, and then myself, Ashley Sullivan. This is our support staff, Amanda Keenan, she can't be joining us today. Our social worker, Steph Vargas, and then our work-based learning coordinators, Melissa Crea and Jen Drapala. So the BOCES mission. The mission of our Tech Center is to integrate career and technical education with rigorous academic coursework, preparing our students for success in college, as well as direct entry into a career of their choice. We utilize our community resources, and the Tech Center does award college credits and scholarships to students who complete a course of study and obtain a sufficient level of achievement. So we work with 18 component districts. We have 50 different CTE programs for 7th through 12th grade students. We have 3 sessions a day with shared time with home districts. 80% of our graduates enter a post-secondary setting, and 15% of graduates gain employment into a related trade. So on the right there, you see all our different academies: business, communication, cosmetology, hospitality. There's really a wide range of programs that we offer. Secondary education, we have 2-year, 2-hour programs for juniors and seniors, and then 1-year, 4-hour program options for seniors. 1-year, 4-hour New Visions programs for seniors, and then career academy programs, academic credits, college credits, like I mentioned, life level programs, core programs, and then 7th through 12th grade programs for students. Some of our additional offerings, we have GED and pre-GED, cooperative work study, diversified cooperative education, college and career center, ENL learner immersion, Spanish GED, Spanish CTE programs, and then CTE in district partnerships. We also offer summer programs, week-long summer camp programs for students age 12 through 15, and there's pictures on our website, which is really nice. We also offer adult education programs, adult literacy, basic skills, GED, Spanish GED, continuing education for computer, construction trade, culinary, and language classes. And then there's also various certification programs within adult ed. So by enrolling in a CTE program, your students will have the opportunity to learn a trade while also earning a diploma, complete an employability profile, collaborate with districts to complete a career plan, participate in job shadow and internship opportunities overseen by our work-based learning coordinators who work really hard to place students in appropriate settings. And they can complete hours for a CDOS commencement credential. So it's 216 career and technical education hours, including 54 work-based learning hours. Okay.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining us. So we're just going to give an before we get into the master schedule, we just wanted to walk you through some of the new things that we're working on for school year 22-23. So in our small engine technology program, we're going to be introducing diesel. So that's a new direction. The second thing in our urban forestry program, we're going to be introducing horizontal directional drilling and utility field technician. This is the latest technology. We are working very closely with Vermeer North Atlantic. They're going to be giving us a simulator. We're going to be training our kids on this. In our New Visions engineering, the kids are going to be rotating through working on hybrid and electric. So our goal with that is we're going to introduce it, and then hopefully in the not too distant future, that will become a standalone program. In our digital film and sound program, we're working on introducing social media and marketing. Culinary, we're looking to add tourism. The US infrastructure, that has to do with all those technicians that go out there and identify where gas lines are. That's a certification program that our students also will be able to work on. In our microcomputer technology program, we're going to be adding the FCC amateur radio broadcasting license. So there's just another enhancement to that program. So other things that we're working on, whether or not you're aware of this or not, but we've been doing significant professional development with our staff related to DEI and SEL. We, at our staff meetings every month, several full days throughout the year, our staff is very much engaged in activities into this. Because the enrollments in many of our junior classes were so large, we had to add additional sections. So normally, as you know, we have our junior classes from 12 to 2. For auto mechanics, law enforcement, HVAC, carpentry, med assist, and construction electricity, we got to the point where there were so many kids interested in those programs, we looked to see whether or not anyone could attend during the second session. So we rolled out those programs session 2. The other thing is, as you know, in most of our programs, we have college credit, dual credit agreements. Many programs have upwards of 18 college credits that the students could obtain. One of the things that's happening in New York State with CTE is they're looking to see if they can consolidate. So instead of every BOCES having to apply for an articulation agreement, if you offer a particular trade, it could be that anybody in New York State who has obtained that agreement, it would count across the state. As you know, being CTE, we have to be very, very involved in professional organizations, have to be involved with our Rotaries, with our chambers, with the Westchester County Association. We need to know from business and industry where the jobs are. We need to know the training we need to be providing both now and 5 years from now. So those conversations are ongoing. We listen to what they have to say, and then we see the feasibility of being able to offer it. Many of the things that I described under new programs, we're going to be the first ones in New York State offering this on a high school level. So we're really excited about those opportunities. With our ENL, you know, we're one of the leaders in New York State in terms of the programming that we provide for our ENL students. So we're going to look to expand those work-based opportunities and consultant committees by partnering with businesses that are looking to hire bilingual staff. We're going to expand our bilingual CTE programs. Right now, we offer 10 different opportunities for students to enroll. We're going to be adding at least 2 more. Externships. So we really feel the need for our staff to get out there into business and industry and see firsthand what those trends are and the latest technologies. One of the things with horizontal directional drilling, we sent our urban forestry teacher out to Long Island, and he actually watched this machinery in action being utilized. So we're going to do more of that. Precision exams, these are assessments that our kids will be taking. They were created with business and industry and with trade teachers, so they're very appropriate and very relevant and applicable. Heavy equipment, that's in our urban forestry program, we just spent $150,000 on purchasing a skid steer, which is used for excavating. We're going to be training our students on that. With our in-person and virtual, we're doing all we can to do whatever we can in person. We had summer camps this past summer. We had almost 200 students, middle school students, take part in our in-person summer camps. Both Melissa Crea and Jen Paula, our work-based learning coordinators, are working very hard to establish internships for our students, and we're doing that on a case-by-case. I have to tell you, this week alone, the number of meetings that they have participated in, whether it's with Caramore, whether it's with Artist Senior Living, whether it's with Putnam County, we are out there securing those internships and getting our kids placed. So the other events that you see listed, we're going to try our best to do it in person, but for now they're going to be virtual. You are aware that we are scheduling our tech tours. We're scheduling, those will be virtual. We're also scheduling for our counselor to go out to your districts to provide a presentation in person. So that's just an overview before we get into the master schedule of some of the new and exciting things that we're looking to do as we go forward. Thank you.
You're muted, Jerry.
Good morning, everyone. Jerry Batista. I'm very happy to, to see you this morning, and thank you so much for joining us. So this is our 2022-23 master schedule. I'm just going to review some of the kind of cheat sheet items that give you a hint at where to pick your classes. So in the right-hand corner, you'll see those course codes, 7,000 and 8,000 programs. These are the programs that have academics. Generally, 8,000 classes are year 1 classes, and the 7,000 classes are year 2. If we can, those 8,000 classes usually are in the PM, but as Ms. Kathy mentioned, we are putting a lot of programs in the middle session. The great part about that is they're smaller classes, so, and they still have those academics. The 7,000 classes, really, we stick to the morning. There are a few exceptions. The life classes are the 9,800 classes. They have no academic credits. The 800 and 900 are trade-focused core classes. Again, a smaller group environment. Many are in the middle, no academics. Really give kids a chance to learn about a career, and then hopefully from there, maybe they're going to stick with the core or go on to an 8,000 class. The 6,000 classes are all your E&L classes, the GED. So we're moving back from GED to task. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And if we have a work study or internship, they might have a 6,000 code. The 2,000 code is for the 9th and 10th grade programs. And the 1,000 code is for the 7th and 8th grade programs, and I'll talk about that as well. So again, there's just a little blurb here on what the academics are. Most academic classes have English, and some have English and math. Now, the transition we had from a few years ago is that the grade for English and math is the same as the trade grade. Just keep in mind, the trade grade is going to be 70% of that student's grade, and the English and math are going to be 15%. If a student has English and math, it's 30% of their grade. So not doing those are really going to give them a hit. So I would encourage you to encourage them to know that that's part of their program. Let's see. So, and then it outlines, which classes have those subjects. And then we have the new visions, engineering and health, and our senior 4-hour option. Those classes are honors classes. They have social studies and PE, and then they can have art or health. And the English is all, has college credit, and the social studies for the New Vision students has college credit for government. Okay. Okay, so this year I am the counselor for transportation. You'll see auto body, small engine, auto mechanics. Next. And I've had culinary, the hospitality program. And as Kathy mentioned, in that PM, there's going to be culinary arts with tourism. We're going to try that. But everything else, this is the schedule for the culinary and the TILI programs. And then the micro computer tech classes. Okay. Okay, so you know that we've had our Tilly Foster Farm programs now for several years. They are just wonderful. They are in Brewster, where Tilly's Table is. And we have culinary and we have animal care programs. They're life and core. They're small classes. They're offered 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2. And if the students need, they can enroll in a pull-out class like art, health, or PE. If you have not been to that environment, you really should come and see us. It's really incredible, and they're getting new animals, and students get to interact with the animals. And in the culinary, they're in commercial kitchen, and Maria Rosselli is the new chef there this year, and we've had just a really nice, smooth transition. Any questions? Oh, okay. So the other thing that I am taking care of this year is the task, which is now back to the GED class. Students will, they need to take a tech program or work 10 hours a week. We give them a TABE test in reading and math. And then when they get in the program, we work with them, you know, to help them focus on the classes they need. You fill out the attachment R. We schedule once a month. And so we're waiting for our first group of 7 who took the test. We're waiting for their results. So I'm very excited. It's been very nice. Okay.
Okay, so
Ashley?
yeah. So I am the counselor for our New Visions program. So first up, we have New Visions Engineering with a hybrid and electric option or addition for coming next year, I believe, if I'm correct, Kathy. So like Jerry said, they're here for 4 hours, so they get SUNY writing and research, physics, calculus, Mercy College government and economics, and then phys ed. I'm also the counselor for our cosmetology career academy, which is awesome. We have cosmetology 1 for juniors in the afternoon, and then when they become seniors, they transition the next year into the morning for the 4-hour option, and they do really, really great stuff down there, and it even looks exactly like you would think a salon would. So it's a great experience for our students who participate in that. And then we also have barbering 1 and 2, and then we have a barbering option for 9th and 10th graders. I would say that all of the classes within the Cosmetology Career Academy are very rigorous, so you want to make sure that you stress that to your students when they're interested in applying. There's science to it, but they learn a lot. They have to be 17 years old to sit for the cosmetology licensing exam by the end of their senior year. Next slide, please. So I'm also the counselor for the Health Career Academy. So within that, we have New Visions Health, and we partner with Northwell, Northern Westchester Hospital, seniors only, same with New Visions Engineering, and they get also the SUNY Writing and Research, Government, Econ, Phys Ed, and then Medical Terminology. We have CNA, Medicist, Law Enforcement, Sports Med, Vet Science. Jerry is the counselor for all of our Tilly programs, but I could also help you with whatever questions you might have. And then we have EMT and Certified First Responder. So a lot of these classes like Medicist, CFR, and EMT lead to a certification, which is great, and as well as CNA. Slide. So our New Visions program. So there's a lot of similarities between for the requirements for New Visions Health and New Visions Engineering. So you have to be a high school senior. You have to have a GPA of 85 or higher. Your student has to have already taken 3 years of math and science. We need recommendation letters. We'll interview them. They write an essay. They get college credits with us. Our New Visions Health students become CPR, or they need to be CPR certified, if I'm correct. And then they do clinical rotations twice a week at our partner hospitals. So Northern Westchester, and then New Presbyterian Hudson Valley. And then our New Visions Engineering students, our work-based learning coordinators, place them at different internships relatively close to wherever your home district is or their home, that expose them to all different fields within engineering. So it's a really, really great opportunity for them. So I'll hand it over to Maggie.
We can't hear you, man.
You're on mute.
Started the whole presentation. Good morning, everyone. It's nice seeing everyone. So I'm the counselor for the Communication Academy. And as Kathy pointed out, one of the changes this for next year is the digital film class is moving towards social media and marketing. So we offer computer graphic, fashion, game design, animation. Next. I'm also the counselor for the Construction Academy. We offer architectural, HVAC, welding, carpentry, and electricity and masonry. I'm also the counselor for the Environmental Science Academy, where we're moving towards the horizontal directional drilling, which is a very exciting thing to, we're looking forward to, and childcare. As you know, I am the counselor for the ENL Academy. The ENL Academy is unique in that most of the students are here with me all day. The emergent program counts for SED mandated hours in English. We offer all levels. We also offer the trays where we have a bilingual assistant with the teacher. We're looking forward to working with Jen, our work-based coordinator, to ensure that the kids get jobs in the field. And just wanted to point out that I'm always available with the transition. So if you have a new student and need help, whether it's meeting with the parent or translation, I'm always available to help you guys with that transition. Ashley?
Jerry, you're muted.
Oh, Jerry.
Okay, so hopefully you know that in the last few years, we've started these career exploration programs for 7th and 8th graders and for 9th and 10th graders. So this is our little kind of flyer for both of those programs. You can keep them handy. They're hands-on, project-based, learning-oriented activities. Okay, so option 1 is 10 to 12, carpentry, electricity, HVAC, intro to construction, and the trades. Option 2, 10 to 12, microcomputer tech, digital media, game design, graphic design, and digital photography, or 3 is fashion, all during the middle session. Now, the thing is, they could choose to try a quarter of all of the, each of these. They could focus on one, they could come for one quarter, one semester. It's just, again, to give a 7th and 8th grader a little flavor for this trade, so that in the future they might want to, join us full time. They can get credits towards their 1 3/4 CTE credits for the middle school. They can have a job shadow. They can participate in health, PE, art, social studies, depending on how long they're with us. Okay. And then the 9th and 10th grade, again, it's the same kind of basis where they can come a full year, a semester, or a quarter and participate in the job shadows, the internships, get work-based learning hours and credits. And again, they have the opportunity to do health or art, and we can figure that out with them. And then you'll see the breakdown. They're all different classes: intro to health, intro to construction, HVAC, carpentry, masonry, etc. Give them a nice little flavor for in 9th and 10th grade, so they can decide what they want for 11th. We've already had some students who are in that junior year, and from where they started and where they are now, it's very impressive, I have to tell you. So sometimes it just helps them figure out who they are and get some nice feedback and build some self-esteem and skills, and really can make a difference.
Okay, so these are our life level programs for students with special needs. So we have animal care both here in the mid session and then also at Tilly. We have carpenter's assistant trainee, construction technology, fashion design assistant, food prep assistant. Food prep assistant is also at Tilly, food service transition to work at Tilly, and small engine repair. If you have any students enrolled in these programs, they can also enroll and pull out art, PE, or health, and they're eligible for the CDOS pathway. And the main goal of these programs is to get our students ready to go out into the workforce. And they learn a lot and they learn really great skills. So our life level programs are awesome. Next slide. So these are our core programs, our trade focused. So we have auto mechanics, barbering, carpentry, CFR, childcare assistant, game design, EMT, digital media, and same with the life level programs. They can enroll and pull out art, PE, or health and are eligible for the CDOS pathway. Okay, so
Hi,
I think this is
everyone.
Melissa.
Hi, I'm Melissa Cray. I'm one of the work-based learning coordinators at the Tech Center. And a big part of our student experiences include work-based learning activities. And as you can see from this slide, we have students right now in barbering that are placed at Parlor 109. We have engineering students at PC Botic in Zurich. We have vet science students at Muscoot, and that's just to name a few of them. But in addition, we're always creating new partnerships, and we're currently working on a partnership with Artist Senior Care, CareMount, some HVAC companies, physical therapy offices, as well as all of our local schools and preschools. We also have longstanding relationships with Caramore, Ace Indico, Tompkins Excavating, Lasden Park and Westchester County Parks, Northern Westchester Hospital, North Westchester Restorative. So we're always working on connecting with local businesses. And now Jen will tell you about some of our virtual experiences.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jendra Paula, work-based learning coordinator here at the Tech Center. So in addition to the in-person experiences, the New York State Education Department has approved virtual experiences for students, which we provide. Some of these experiences include a career development online program with Northwell Health Hospitals, virtual preschool, and guest speakers where a representative from a business will zoom into a classroom with our students and engage in a Q&A and give a tour of their business so students can kind of get that same experience yet from afar. In addition, we do provide students with access to our online job board, which is powered by College Central Network. And students will have access to this website while they're here at the Tech Center and when they're alumni. So we continue to support our students throughout. And finally, we do meet with our students to help them with their resumes, cover letters, and any sort of job interview skills. And we've been successful doing that in person if the student's comfortable, or even make appointments on Zoom with them so it doesn't interfere with their tech schedule or homeschool schedule. And Melissa.
Thanks, Jen. So as you can see, we have a very extensive list of local community businesses that partner with us. We are so lucky to have these community members, and they share their expertise and their knowledge by participating on our consultant committees. They provide internships, and they come in and speak to our students. If you have any contacts or people who would like to partner with us, always just let us know and we will reach out to them. Next slide. In addition, we're in contact and we're active members of the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce, Brewster Chamber of Commerce, Greater Mahopac Carmel Chamber of Commerce, Hudson Valley Chamber, and Chappaqua Millwood Chamber of Commerce. We go to their job fairs and we try to go to their networking events, and that's one of the ways we make a lot of our connections. And in addition, we work closely as teachers and administrators. We're part of these professional organizations to keep us up to date with changes that are happening in work-based learning. And you could just see from this list here that we're quite involved with many organizations. Thanks, Jen. And now Steph will continue with mental health.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephanie Vargas. I'm the school social worker here at the Tech Center. Thank you all for joining us. So I wanted to walk you briefly through the services that we offer here at the Tech to support our students with mental health needs, as well as the supports, the things that I think are embedded in our school that really help facilitate this work. So we do offer individual at-risk counseling, and sometimes these students are referred by our homeschool district counselors. They'll give us a heads up and let us know this is a student that would probably benefit from a check-in or ongoing counseling. Sometimes these students actually self-refer. So when I go into classrooms and talk about mental health awareness, sometimes students will ask to check in with me afterwards, which is great because it really indicates that they have that awareness, which is what we're working towards. And then some other students are referred by teachers, counselors, any staff members that work with us. A lot of the counseling is grounded in trauma-informed CBT, which is not clinical, but it is grounded in, first and foremost, helping students develop coping skills and making sure that they are aware of what cognitive distortions are, identifying negative ways of thinking, particularly patterns of thinking that don't serve us, and finding ways to reframe those thoughts. In addition, for students that exhibit more concerning behaviors, I do offer to do a trauma screen, and that's really just to inform my practice in counseling, but as well as to help them get connected with someone in the community that can assist them further. With the ENL population, one of the things that we're intentionally always thinking about is how we are creating a space that is equitable. And in a traditional school setting, they would receive SEL supports as a tier 1 intervention. So one thing that myself and the ENL teacher, Ms. Dolan, worked on was creating a Wellness Wednesday workshop, where she will either do a pre-vocabulary lesson or a post-vocabulary lesson, and I will come in and talk about different SEL topics. And that started this year, and so far it's been great. It's something that I think the students generally are really looking forward to. I also do a mental health 101 presentation overview when requested by our teachers, which is very common, particularly in the Health Academy, when they're working towards introducing their mental health unit. Case management is something that I do with our students, so connecting the students or assisting the parents with connecting them with clinicians in the community. With our ENL population, that also includes connecting them to legal services, as well as medical needs whenever that comes up. And then I work closely with the counselors to come up with any support plans or interventions for any struggling learners, any learners that may have behaviors in the classroom that are disruptive and interrupt their learning. And then as supports embedded in the school, so we are working towards becoming a trauma skills school. And we know that the takeaway of trauma skills schools is really just building relationship and connection, because that helps teachers really identify needs of students, notice if there are any drastic or sudden changes that should result in some kind of intervention, and help build resiliency and transparency. Just in general, our administrators are very much restorative by nature. I've met with both Jim and Steve when we work with students who are having behavioral problems, and the conversation is always grounded in how can we support the student in preserving this placement. And in circumstances when that's not appropriate, usually the conversation is grounded in, how can we, myself, the counselors and the administrators, how can we identify a program that will serve the student, something that he or she is interested in, or maybe the work is just helping them figure out what their interests are. So that's something that our school is very great at doing. And then finally, we definitely have a whole team collaborative approach. I work very closely with the counselors. The counselors have great relationships with our homeschool counselors as well. We work with our parents, with our teachers, as best as we can. We are always trying to be responsive of the needs of our students. And a lot of our great ideas come with working together. So that's some of the great work that we are doing and trying to be responsive to the mental health, really the crisis that we're seeing across the board. And now Jen will talk to you a little bit about Skills USA and the Honor Society.
Thanks, Steph. So here at the Tech Center, we offer student organizations, National Technical Honor Society and Skills USA. So for National Technical Honor Society, it honors the student achievement and leadership in career and technical education, promotes educational excellence, it grants award scholarships, and enhances career opportunities for these members. We honor these achievements. For students to be able to qualify, they will have to have a 90 average in their trade class for their junior and senior year. They will have to have a 75 overall average at their homeschool classes. They will have to have 15 hours of community service or be a member of Skills USA. they will have to fill out an application, essay, and letters of recommendation. And this program is for only second-year seniors who completed a junior year and senior year, or first-year seniors who are here as part of our 4-hour programs. And we've already been in contact with eligible students, and they have started to fill out their application and go through the process. So we are working actively with them right now on this membership. And the other organization we have is Skills USA, which is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. And one of the things that we do is participate in community service, and that really helps the students build leadership skills because they are the ones that are creating these community service ideas and executing them. Some things that we have for this month, next week, we're hosting a holiday gift drive in partnership with Blythedale Children's Hospital. We'll also be making holiday cards for the patients at Burke Rehabilitation Center. And we're going to have a special day where we're going to offer our staff some hot chocolate and candy canes as some appreciation, which was completely the students' idea. And as one of the co-advisors, I just thought that was terrific. They thought of our staff during this time. So next, we'd like to tell you about our students and how we love to highlight them. So we will partner with different teachers and programs and our component school districts to have monthly student highlights. We will put together these types of graphics in partnership with the component schools, and we will use these to put out on social media to show the great work of students, what they're working on in their programs. And our component school districts will also use these to put on their social media and send out with different community newsletters and other ways that they are showing the community how the students are doing great work here at the Tech Center and on behalf of their home school as well. So we are open to partnering with any other districts that would like to highlight one of their students here at the Tech Center. And we do offer adult education programs in adult literacy and as well as continuing education. And our website does have a list of all of the courses that we offer, as well as a catalog and contact information where you can find out more details. Although it is important that the students would come here in high school as they can get that education at that time, but we do want to make sure you know we have it for adult as well. And then finally, follow us on social media. We have handles on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook that you can see here. Every Tuesday is Tech Tuesday, where our social media team will post about our programs and students and what they're working on actively and live in that class. We also love to highlight our alumni, and a lot of our alumni have gone off to start their own businesses, and they contribute all of their success to being here learning at the Tech Center. So please go ahead and follow us there. And now Ashley.
Great. So these are some of our upcoming events. So from December through March, we have our virtual tech tours. You should have gotten an email or some sort of correspondence with a request for 2 dates that you would like to schedule those. So if you haven't scheduled already, please do so. We're very excited. In January, we have our New Visions Health open house, which is January 25th. And then our New Visions Engineering open house is actually February 1st. They're both from 5 to 6 p.m. And then March 17th, we have our virtual open house. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to any one of the counselors and we can provide you with dates and information. But also there's a link at the bottom of this slide to our events page. Okay. We do have a Tech Center virtual video. It's a little lengthy for this presentation, but we do have a link to it if you'd like to watch it whenever you have a moment. It's a really great video. And if you've never been to the Tech Center before, this will be a great way for you to see it. And thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time out of your morning to be with us and listen to what we have to offer. And we'll take questions at this time if anyone has any.
Any questions, any concerns?
Can you just go back and just clarify just in general the reading and writing percentages, particularly for high school students within a course?
So,
Reading and math, I think it was, sorry.
oh, okay, so what, English, if they're in a class, so for example, if they're in a Communications Academy class, they have math and English, so 70% of their grade is going to be their computer graphics assignments, attendance, and all of that, and then 15% of that grade will be their English assignments, and 15% will be their math assignments. Does that make sense? They have push in for English and math. They have an English teacher and a math teacher, as well as their, let's say, computer graphics teacher. And that makes up the one grade that counts for English, math, and in the second year, in their senior year, English, math, and the trade credits. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm just wondering if there's any way to get those to us separated, or if that it would be helpful,
No.
or not, just because
No.
sometimes we need that for credit, but we can figure it out on our end, I guess.
Well, the only thing that you would need is the grade on the report card, because that is the grade. So if they have an 80, if their computer graphics class says 80, that is their computer graph, and they're a senior, second year student, it'll be for computer graphics, English, and math. It's not separated, it's one. That is a change, but that's the way it is. Mhm.
Okay.
So just so you know, so the reason why that is we have SED program approval. So to be able to offer English 12 and math credits. So it's over 2 years. So the English and math is infused, embedded within the trade. So we've done our curriculum maps where we've kind of identified the standards for English and for math. And then state ed gives us the approval over the 2 years for the student to be able to get the English 12 credit and the math credit. And so that's why, we said the trade grade is 70%, the academic is 30%, but even within that 70%, just be aware the English and math is being covered because it's embedded.
So just for clarification, the other districts are just putting that same grade for English and math. They're not calculating out the 15% or 30%.
In the exact same grade, whatever the trade grade is, that's the English grade and that's the math grade.
Hey, Kathy, Dave Campion here. I'm on Paige's computer. Hi, guidance friends.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Dave.
Good.
Good. Just a question about, because I certainly understand like why this year, we probably still have to do the virtual visit, but, I guess, like we really would like it to go back to in person, and we think it's probably better for BOCES too, just because you're going to get more kids probably interested by actually like physically seeing it. Are there plans to bring it back where it's in person, or is there any way that it potentially could be in person, for the tech tours this year?
Well, just two things. I mean, we're being very, very cautious in terms of how we proceed with this. It's something that we could bring up once again to, Frank Guglieri, who's the regional safety coordinator. So we could talk about it if there would be something that we could do, small groups, to have them come here to do it in person. We absolutely recognize the benefit of kids really seeing our shops, seeing the equipment that we have. But I have to tell you, our enrollments this September have been the highest that we've had in a good, 2+ years. So that was, and the number of kids that are participating in the tech tours and our open house have been huge. So I think, that being said, I think kids recognize word of mouth from kids who have graduated from the program, word of mouth of kids who are attending programs, the great things that we have going on here. But, getting back, I'm sorry, long-winded, but getting back to your original point, I think what we can certainly do is make note of looking to see whether or not we can do small groups in person.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
because I know our school is doing some field trips, so it would be great if we could bring some kids over.
Okay. It would have to be staggered. It would have to be, as you remember, I mean, we'd have hundreds of kids coming from your districts, and we really had to stagger the session that they would come. But I think, you know what, Steve, Jim and I certainly can talk about it and see if it's something that we could do safely. Yeah, okay, that will definitely be something that within the next week or two, we put on our calendar for discussion. So thank
Okay,
you.
great.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Nadine, for bringing that up.
But otherwise, you said that we could have a counselor come here to speak to our students, right?
And they can come to you as often as you would like. If you have groups, if you want them to talk to your ninth graders, if by chance you have a connect with your eighth grade kids who are moving up to come to our ninth and 10th grade programs, we can come as many times as you would like.
Okay. All right. Good. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question about the New Visions. Will the districts be getting some sort of flyer with information about the open houses for the New Visions since they're happening in January?
Yes, we just picked the dates and we've been in contact, right, Debbie, about creating the postcard or the flyer that goes out.
Actually in
We'll be getting
print, and it'll be sent in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And the good news is, the hospitals, because of COVID, we're really being careful about letting our students in. But I think we just got good word, right? That the hospitals are opening the doors to our New Visions kids to continue with their rotations. So that was really, really good news.
I have a question.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi. So if we have a counselor come talk to our school and then from there kind of assess and ask our students who would be interested in going on a tour, since it might be a smaller group than the entire grade, would that be possible if it is a small group, or was that something you still would need to seek approval on?
Depending on the size of the group, I think that would be very doable.
Okay.
I think we definitely could talk to you about that. Once
Okay.
the counselor goes in and does the presentations, you see how many kids might be interested. It might not just be one visit, maybe work with you to schedule a couple of visits, right? So
Okay.
Definitely could try to make that happen.
All right, wonderful. Thank you.
So just a reminder to everybody, we do have our programs for 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th graders. Lots of success with the kids who've come. We're kind of put a little bit on hold because of the pandemic, but kids that are, think about your kids who might start to be becoming disenfranchised, behavior issues. You get them here, they get involved in hands-on, it could be a game changer. So please be aware. I don't know, is Phil Kavanaugh still on? I don't want to put him on the spot, but if he is, we've had Somers, a couple of real success stories coming out of Somers. So he's not, but reach out to Phil. I think he could tell you firsthand some of the really great things that they're seeing from their 9th and 10th graders who've come to our programs. Okay, so it's recorded. So Debbie, you want to tell us how it's going to happen with the recording for those people who missed?
So what we'll do is we just have to, we'll post it to our website, hopefully within the next week. And if you want to view it again, you can go to the website or direct people to our website. You just want to go to the tech area of the website and it'll be listed under our 2021, 2022 events.
Okay, so Ashley?
All right, well, thank you everybody so much for spending your morning with us again. It was a pleasure to see some of you for the first time, see your face, and I hope to see you soon at your districts for some presentations. So have a great weekend, a great holiday if I don't talk to you, and thanks again for coming. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Happy holidays.